I knew Overpass and Cobble were their best maps, and like most of the talk of why they made the top 10 on HLTV, like the rankings, was because they were so good on Cobble and Overpass. When I talked to Chet like what maps you want to play, he mentioned Cobble, and I said I'm down to do it, but it's probably not a good idea.
Both teams trying to avoid elimination. Obviously, CLG the last remaining, well, the only actually NA team that was actually
the whole tournament they've been the last remaining.
They've been the final bastion, haven't they?
Yeah, well, it's a bit like you as well on the desk. You're sort of like flying the flag for NA.
Yeah.
And are you going to be flying it here? Do you think they can pull this off? 9-0 for Gambit on Cobblestone. They look decent on it, but not against this same sort of opposition.
So yesterday we played Gambit on Cobble. Obviously we were confident in our Cobble, and yeah, we knew going in that they had a really good record on it, but we didn't really want to play Overpass versus them because they have an even better or more convincing record on Overpass. So it was between Cobble and Overpass, and they had the better pool than us, so it was a matter of playing their best map. We kind of had to.
Yeah, it was our choice between Overpass or Cobble, and most people would have rather us to play Overpass, but looking at the teams that Gambit beat, we thought it would be better to play Cobblestone instead. Just looking at their results only, not caring about our own game, but just seeing how they play. And we know how to exploit their Cobble.
And get back into the site. They've got themselves the kit on Finesse, so they just need to start connecting these shots. And there's one for Ricky. It's all on Dosia. Third kill for him, looking for Finesse, trying to find this final kills, goes wide and gets it as well.
Chet knew that Gambit was undefeated on LAN for the past 9 maps, but we didn't tell the guys that. So definitely wanted to make sure they just played their game and not worrying about like how good they actually were on Cobble. Obviously there were some tweets out, I think, by Kerrigan, you know, saying we better be sure that we can be Cobble gods if we can play them. So
I knew they were 9-0 on Cobblestone, but I decided not to tell any of the players. I just kept it to myself, and I knew we would win as long as I didn't tell them that.
I'm glad Chet didn't tell me. I was just like, oh, we should have lost then, probably.
Yeah, I actually saw that statistic, but the way I see is that if they're 9-0, they're bound to lose one sooner or later.
For me, that was like the first time at a LAN that there's like been a crowd, I guess. When something happened, you could definitely hear like the crowd, but it didn't really affect me that much.
Yeah, this is where they need to break the trend as such, and while it is looking like Gambit may just be about to switch the pace up, smokes will be thrown in. Ethan is up close but left completely blind, and already they're pushing out Adrian with the first kill.
I think we won every knife this tournament, and we always pick CT, and pretty much our T side's always been better. But we always know that if we get a decent start on CT side, that we can finish the game off on T side.
Crowds back into it. All things considered, with how dominant of a half it's been for CLG, I mean, Gambit's not too far away. 5 rounds. This is one reset of the economy, and Gambit can force overtime. So CLG still the next one up, and he falls as well. And out of it, great play from the young man. 3 kills for him. He holds it perfectly.
He's going to be lining them up. Already taking the first, second, doing damage to a third, and it is just all Mo this round. They're not getting anywhere near that site.
I think it comes down to the way FNS calls and the way that we go about our mid-game situations. That's one of the main things that we've been working on previous to this tournament and also in online games is our T-sides. I think just in general it's our CT sides now that need to have a little bit more work and a little bit more volatility.
We like to be able to come back on the T side. We're really confident in our T side, so if we get like, you know, 8 or 9 rounds on CT, we're really confident that we're probably going to win the game.
It is going to have to be mistakes once again, but it's all onto Adrian with this AWP. And at the moment, there isn't anybody peeking. They now know where he is. Finesse has spotted him out, and Ricky will end it. CLG will end the win streak of Gambit. And not only that, they'll knock them out of the tournament.
Yeah, Gambit eliminated. Stunning. We said this was going to be a massive upset. That round, Ethan shows his quality. That is brilliant.
And also, Zeus feels like he has the advantage. Zeus on the flank feels like he's going to make something happen, and actually, because he's flanking so much, everyone rotates away from that B bomb site, or A bomb site, heading over towards B.
Just everybody, I'm just like, please, Ethan, win the round for us.
Where's our bets?
What do you fucking know?
So it feels good to beat a good team.
On their best map.
I see no signs. Do we go right? Can't decide. Do we turn back? Do we turn back?
All right, thank you very much, Moses. Yes, indeed, we are ready here. It's Immortals versus CLG. Best of one game. Again, an elimination match. Winner goes through, loser is out. So, really interesting stuff that's going on here. You ready? Finesse going into peek and oh my god, there's a firing squad waiting. Oh no, now they're gonna jump behind it. Kusta will take down Lucas. That's a good start. Cutler in the corner gets 2 big headshots, looking for a third. They line up in front of him because no more bullets left, and he ends up going down. FNX with the revenge at least, but now they're sandwiched in. Ricky comes in with a shot, and Ethan takes down Steel, and that's the round done. Man, once it got started, it never stopped. Aggressive peeking coming out here from the T side. Henny smoked off for the moment, and actually that smoke blocks off Finesse. He's gonna get the kill anyway, but that was almost a terrible mistake. Now it's down to Steel and FNX, trapped in the back line here. 1 versus 3. FNX not looking the right way. I think he thought that was a grenade coming in. Instead, Finesse with the triple. Whether or not we're seeing them, it's all audio, you know?
Yeah.
Henny goes down, and Finesse getting wall banged and putting himself on fire. No!
So we pushed A main. It was a really good call from me, I think, because we were able to get the kill pretty easily. It was a good flash from Kenny. We rushed into A main, killed the guy freely. It was a free kill. And then I just started getting destroyed from the left side. From A main, they just kept spamming me. And I went from like 100 HP to 50 within like a second. And I was like, oh my god. So, okay, the way I hold my mouse, I always accidentally right click, which is why when I have the M4A1, I sometimes click the silencer button. That's why I do that, is because the way I hold my mouse, and I unbound right click for a bit this event, but then I'm like, you know what, it's fine to rebind it because it only affects me when it comes to silencers and stuff. And I'm like, you know, I want to be able to like underhand and stuff. I'm just used to underhand flashing with my right click and stuff, so I'm just going to keep the right click button what it is and keep it bound. So I went back to it. Big mistake, obviously, because when I was getting shot at, it wasn't panic, it was just the fact that I was holding my mouse like that, and sometimes I hold it so tight I accidentally clicked the right click button, and I accidentally clicked it, it dropped in front of me, and I got shot at the exact same time again through the wall, and I just kept jumping in my own molly and just died to my own molly. Yeah.
We'll see how this can work out. CLG, first spray comes in. Ethan getting a quick double, turn it into a triple. Eventually out of bullets, but still, that was definitely worth it. Misses the shot, and Kusta's there for the refrag. Good teamwork.
Yep. Kusta, that angel on high. Just watching. With a massive sniper rifle. And he's going to catch Lucas going for the shoulder peaks as well. There's the pause. Now they're going into the buy. And they're going to have 13 rounds CLG. This is where, if you are Immortals, you need to figure out what is going on.
Kusta's doing a good job. He's got 18 kills. Ethan's got 20.
Ricky is going to find the kill on FNX, but there's only 10 seconds left. Luckily, the bomb will be able to get onto the site. And so they will find that plant.
Oh my god.
What? Ricky finds a kill at Truck as well. Bolts is down. Lucas is roasting.
Oh, Finesse getting another headshot. How are they letting this go, Immortals? It was just 2-on-4. And suddenly Ricky's back from the first half. He's been disappeared for a while, but now looks like it's good. That bomb plant is so vicious as well. And Steel going to be moving around. He gets the first kill, but Ricky just has to hide in main. Steel has one flashbang. He could try for the underhand throw. Maybe that would make the difference here. But Ricky coming out with a long peek, and he gets the kill. Triple here. Surviving on just 10 health, and CLG now up to 15 rounds. My god, if you lose that round on the Immortal side, Cutler, maybe he can just fire a bomb at that bomb. Steel goes down to Ricky. It seems like it's all over. Lucas drops. Ricky with a triple, and CLG managed to knock out Immortals and make their way into the playoffs here. What a crazy story this is. That first half for CLG, I mean, I would say I was more impressed they did a good job holding on to it, but it wasn't like a stunning first half that they had. They just managed to keep up with Immortals, but the second half was really well.
And in what world did you imagine that it would be CLG flying the American flag in the playoffs? This American, North and South. SK are out in the groups. Immortals out in the groups.
It was sort of like the same type of game. I think we were down like 6-2 again. I know T-side John had a lot of good like mid-round calls.
Immortals are a really strong team, but we haven't played them on. The last time I played them on LAN was at IM Oakland with my previous team, and we ended up losing there. So I was keen to get some revenge on them.
We were all like really exhausted because we had to wake up early for our first match, which was at like 10, and then couldn't really go back to sleep because I wanted to like watch the matches and stuff to see how we played. But yeah, everyone was pretty exhausted in the beginning of that. We play them a lot in scrims and in matches since they're part of our EPL. So we definitely we were pretty comfortable playing them, and they kind of knew what we were doing too, but we were all confident in our T side. So I felt like we've never beat them before. So it was definitely a good feeling the first time being on LAN to beat a really good team.
I was really happy playing against my boy Rafael on the other team and just trying to see how we do against him on LAN.
Drawing Astralis as our first playoff match is definitely rough. I mean, it's kind of cool that we get to play them again, I think, since we actually showed up really well in our first game. You know, 16-11 was a scoreline on Train, which is one of Astralis' better maps. We're definitely looking forward to it. I mean, I think after the confidence building and beating Gambit, beating Immortals, and like making it into playoffs, the guys are like super pumped to play because now you know, there were no expectations on us to actually make it this far. Everyone's like, oh, CLG, you know, they'll beat one of the lower Asian teams, and then that'll be it, and they'll just be out of the tournament, or they shouldn't have been here altogether. I mean, they're the best team in the world. I can't sit there and be like, yo, it's fortunate that we're about to play the best team in the world in a best of 3, but you know, we were going to play them eventually if we progressed further anyway. So I like playing these types of teams. I like playing the best teams in the world because for us, we're still a new team, we're still growing. So this type of experience isn't easy to come by. You know, us doing what we did wasn't easy. So we've been the underdogs in most of our games. So again, we're going in as the underdog. There's no pressure on us anymore. We've done more than most people expected us to do. We just got to go into this game with that mentality and that we could, you know, make crazy plays, solo plays, individuals don't have to be scared. Kenny doesn't have to be afraid of players like Device and stuff because we've already accomplished more than anybody ever expected us to in this event. We should just go in with that mentality and mindset that, you know, no matter what happens, we've done everything. So now it's about, you know, taking it round by round like we have been and doing the best that we can. And if we fail, we fail. But you know, it's not a bad thing to lose to the best team in the world, but it sure as hell is awesome if you beat them. So hopefully we're able to pull off at least a map win if we don't win.
This episode was brought to you in part by iBuyPower. If you're looking to get a new gaming computer, check out their website in the link below.
Oh my god. I killed him and knifed out, and I was just, the whole time I was praying to every god I knew. Not believed in, just knew. You know?